Hello, my friends. You are welcome. I'm Moise Saddam. P4 members, please come close. Remember the other time I didn't leave you with an activity. And I know some of you became so happy. You ran around. But today I'm going to give you an activity. So I will include the other work we did the other time. So be very, very attentive so that you can pass everything as usual. Now, before I go to what I'm going to teach you today, I can remind you little about the previous lesson. Remember, we were talking about rainfall. Do you still remember the meaning of rainfall? Can you please say it? Oh, good, good, good. Now, we said there are 3 types of rainfall. And these 3 types of rainfall get their names according to the places where they are received. One is convectional rainfall, that we said that it is received around forested areas and water bodies. 2, we also said we have cyclonic or frontal rainfall. Do you still remember the spelling of frontal? Let's spell together. F-R-O-N-T-A-L, frontal. We have this type of rainfall that is received around mountainous areas, let's say Mbale, Kanungu, Kasese. Yeah, which type of rainfall did I say? Relief rainfall, correct. It can also be called orographic rainfall. Now, what are we going to learn today? Okay, let's see. By the end of this lesson, even during this lesson, we shall see the uses of rainfall. Is rainfall useful to people? Yeah, it is. We shall also look at the dangers of too much rainfall. You know, it is very useful, but when it is in too much or it's in large amounts, it becomes dangerous. So that's basically what we are going to discuss today. Are you ready? Okay. Now, remember, this is a new style of teaching. As I told you, I first ask you a question in form of sessions. You try it out. Because I told you SST is made in a way that you learn about the same things but at different levels. So you use your previous knowledge to answer some of these questions. Write any 3 uses of rainfall. I'll give you how many seconds? You said 2 minutes. Okay. Uses of rainfall. Just write for me 3 of them somewhere in your notebook. 3 uses of rainfall. Okay, we shall compare with my answers. Let's see. I expect you to have 1. Rain or rainfall gives us water. Like, I'm going to explain this one by one. 2, it also helps plants to grow well. It helps in the water cycle. Also, rainfall provides water for industrial use. There are very many uses of rainfall. I just mentioned a few, but there are many. When you discuss with your friends, you'll come up with more than 10 points. Now we have to see one by one. This was my first point. Rainfall gives us water. This happens at home usually. When it rains, you get out with buckets, or some of you have water tanks on top of your buildings to collect rainy water. So rainfall gives us water, you can say, for domestic use, as you can see that boy there collecting water. It can be used for domestic work, washing clothes, utensils, and so many others. Let's see another use of rainfall. Oh, this rainfall also helps plants to grow well. One condition that plants need to grow well is rainfall. That's why sometimes when it's a dry season, farmers complain. Okay? Farmers complain because this too much sunshine dries up the unready crops, even dries up pasture for their animals. So rainfall is needed because it helps farmers' crops or crops to grow well. Are we there? Let's see another point. As I told you when I was explaining about the processes that help in rain formation, remember I told you that this rainfall, before you see rain, it goes through different processes. So one process when it rains, the water in water bodies increase, or the volume of water in water bodies stay at the normal level. So then during that process, when water bodies receive heat, or when water bodies are heated, they are forced to evaporate. So this rain, the rainfall that is received will help to increase the water levels in the water bodies. And when they are heated, as I told you, they help in the process of evaporation. Then also, when it rains, these plants grow well. And you know, these plants help also in rain formation through the process known as transpiration. Let's see another point. Now, those are some of the uses of rainfall. So my friends, I want to encourage you to involve in activities that can promote rainfall. For instance, tree planting. Get time, go with that, plant as many trees as you can, because they help in rain formation. We also have to preserve and protect the water bodies like swamps. Let us not spoil them, because they also help in rain formation, and we need rainfall. We have just said that rainfall is very important. We collect water and we use it at home. Farmers need it, and we need it everywhere, okay? Now, we also have the dangers of rainfall. It is very important, but at the same time, it is dangerous, okay? Now, what are the dangers of rainfall? Rainfall becomes dangerous when it is too much. So we shall say, too much rainfall can cause floods. That's one. Two, too much rainfall destroys crops. 3, it can lead to spread of some diseases, and it causes soil erosion, landslides, mudslides, and so many others. Okay? Now, we are going to see these ones one by one. Okay. This is our first point. It can cause floods. Now, floods occur when it rains heavily. When it rains heavily, these water bodies like lakes, rivers, swamps, and so many others, they overflow. The water rises beyond the normal limit. So when they overflow, it means that the water will flow to the dry land where we walk, okay? Where we walk from is the dry land. The water will increase and it overflows. It flows from the lakes and rivers and the swamps, and it flows to the dry land, or where we normally walk, where our houses are, where our gardens are in large amounts. So now, as you can see here, we have a lot of water. It has occupied the roads. You see this car is almost covered. It is a lot of water that you can drown in it. Even cars can sink in the water. Okay? So the floods can, 1, destroy the roads as you can see there. 2, it can kill people. 3, it can also sweep away the gardens. Okay? Let's see our other danger of too much rainfall. You see, too much rainfall spoils crops. As you can see here, rain droplets spoil the leaves of the plants. You see, when the rain droplet falls from the sky or from the clouds, it is a little heavy. So if it lands on the leaf of the plant, it destroys it, okay? It penetrates through it. And you can find, when the rainfall has been very heavy, you can find plants barely without leaves, okay? That's one way how heavy rainfall can spoil the leaves, as you can see here. The droplets hit the plant and the leaves fall off. Also, heavy rainfall can, the floods water is flowing on the ground, so it can sweep away, it can take away the topsoil, hence taking all the plants. So we can also see here, it can lead to spread of diseases like cholera. The water, remember, is flowing to the it flows to the dry land, or it is on the dry land, which means that it is carrying any dirty stuff, sewage. There are people who mismanage wastes. Some people don't use latrines, they just put their wastes anywhere. So when this water flows, it collects all those and it will mix it with the water. It will mix it with the water sources, like let's say lakes, our wells. So when we go to pick their water, to fetch water, we find it has been contaminated by the floods. So for you take home and you drink, or you take a shower and you contract diseases in that way. Okay? So as you can see, your friends there, probably they have cholera, or we also have other diarrheal diseases. You take that water and you have a sleepless night as you are going for. You see, you have non-stop. Okay. We also have, it can destroy roads and break bridges. You see, like in our country, most of the roads are not tarmacked. Even tarmac roads can be swept, but mainly the roads that are not tarmacked and even the bridges, if they are not very strong, they can be swept away by the mass of flowing water or the floods. Are we there? Now, when it comes to these other roads, the Maram roads, I think you can testify when it rains heavily. Okay, and when there are floods, there is no way you can use these roads. They become very muddy that even when you step on them, you can end up sinking, okay, in the ground. So it is not a joke. Someone thinks it's a joke. It is not a what? A joke. So we also have, it causes soil erosion. Do you remember the other definition of science? Yes. Now, this water flows and it takes away the topsoil, including even the plants. It sweeps, the fast flowing water will remove the topsoil and it goes with it. It is going to load it somewhere. Of course, it will load it somewhere, but it has taken it. So that is soil erosion, washing away of topsoil by running water and other agents. Now, finally, we come to the end of the lesson. Remember, I told you in the previous lesson that I will give you very many numbers. Let me hope they are not 1 million numbers. Oh, there are 6 questions. Those who were attentive, I know they will pass all of them. Now, today I'm not going to read through with you because you are big people. You are big people of primary 4. You can read through by yourselves. So allow me end here, and I wish you a lovely time. Meet again.